They can say you did your absolute best. It's not one of you can say you played your best game. Nobody in here can say you gave the maximum effort. You gave it all you could. It's nobody. And you see the result. See, the problem is you got intoxicated with success. And success is intoxicating. You start believing what they're saying. You start listening more to what they said. You bought into all that foolishness that you were this. And you went out there and we got humbled. Coaches, players, everyone, we went out there and got humbled. You're in control of your own destiny. It's just like God just giving you a ticket, say, I'm going to give you all the talent, everything you want. You're in control of it. And you squandered it, and you messed it up. So we just did. Ran the ball down our throats. We only had the ball for 20 minutes. They kept the ball for 41 minutes. We didn't have the ball for 20 minutes. They had the ball for 19 minutes. They kept the ball for 41 minutes. They ran the heck out of the ball. You know what they were doing. It was maybe one trick play. We weren't prepared for it, but it is what it is. Where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? Like, where do you go from here? That's the critical thing. What do you do with this moment? What do you glean from this moment? What do you learn from this moment? Where do we go from here? Because this moment just ain't about football. This is about life. And this is a tremendous life lesson. Let's learn from it. Let's learn from it and grow from it. What we just displayed out there, that wasn't us. That was the hype team that went out there from the start to the finish. That was the hype team that went out there and didn't do nothing with it because we start believing the hype. The question is, guys, I'm going to ask you one last time. Where do you go from here? God bless.
You! Squad! Wow, that was poetic.
What?
Spirit took a tumble right as the show started.
Oh, damn. Welcome into the DNVR postgame show for Colorado at Kansas, presented by our friends over at Game Time. Download the Game Time app, use the promo code BUFFS, get $20 off your first purchase. Damn.
Man, yeah, man, sleep on Outcast, man. Like,
For real.
they don't know about Andre 3K.
Look, man. College football rarely goes the way that you plan it. And maybe some people don't want to hear that tonight. Maybe people want heads to roll or people fired or players thrown under the bus. But the truth is, it rarely goes the way you plan it. The same way we got into this position is the same way we're now in this new position.
Mm-hmm.
Because college football is the king of the random result.
Yep.
And that's why we love it.
Yep.
Unfortunately, sometimes your team ends up on the opposite side of it. And I don't think anyone could have seen Colorado, who's the second best rush defense in the Big 12, getting absolutely manhandled by Kansas offensive line and their running game today. But that's what happens in this game, and it's really frustrating in the moment. And, you know, all the feelings that you have when you're watching your team get pushed around like that are valid. But in the end, man, that's the game. That's football, and it's most specifically college football.
Go ahead, Unc.
Go ahead, Unc. You know, there were moments in this game that despite the time of possession, despite the yardage, you were very much in the game.
Yes.
You know, when you looked at the scoreboard, we could have very easily gone into halftime just down 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, that changed.
Yeah.
And then when you got to the third quarter, you know, we were within 9, and then that changed. There were just some systematic things that kept happening anti-us that let you know, damn, this is going to be a long night because now we need this to happen or that to happen. Having said that, you know, there are always these games, and in the past 4, we still found a way to win. But there's always been these games recently where something you count on the most doesn't work right. You remember, like, Mate had a bad game, and he's just super dependable. Shador had a bad game, and he's just super dependable. The wide receivers one game had a lot of drops, and they're just super dependable. What we learned, I think, tonight, though, if nothing else, with one regular season game and a bowl game to play, is that we can't withstand. All right, go ahead.
No, it could be more. But
No, it could be. I'm going with what we got.
Yep.
Like, we have Oklahoma
Guaranteed,
State in
yeah.
a bowl game guaranteed.
Yep.
We're not out of the Big 12 championship, and I know you're going to break that
We'll
down
get to that
for
in a
us.
second, yeah.
We got 2 games for sure left. What I saw tonight, that it's hard for us when our defense doesn't show up.
Yeah.
If our defense has a bad game, like the recovery that it takes, because when you look at the offense, and I know it's going to be easy to point fingers at the offense, particularly the first quarter, but that's been the first quarter every year.
Right.
I mean, with the time of possession that we had, we actually were scoring.
Yeah.
We just never had the ball enough. I mean, they controlled the clock because they controlled the ground game. Hats off to Kansas. We said coming into this game, don't look at their record because they got so many losses by like less than 5 points. They had just beat BYU, just beat Iowa State. They have run through the top 2 teams and now us in the conference, so you knew not to, quote-unquote, take them for granted. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
And one of my takeaways is something I said throughout the week and on our pregame show together. If we don't do better on third down, we're going to lose the game. And we absolutely did worse on third down. Offensively, we did worse on third down, and defensively did worse on third down. And that's what decided the game.
Yep. Just a frustrating game overall. I mean, your 2 guys, and Shador and Travis, definitely showed up. They balled out. But can't really say that anyone else did, honestly. The offensive line wasn't able to create push in the run game. Defense couldn't stop Devin Neal at all. He almost outgained Colorado by himself. The Colorado defense did get some stops in the red zone to force field goals, but they couldn't get stops to end drives anywhere else on the field. Kansas never punted. They scored on, I think, every drive tonight. And it's just what happens, man.
Yeah,
Look,
never punted.
Yeah, and like, you can do a whole post-game show. And we are somehow.
That's why we're here.
We get to turn the fucking camera on, sat here and said Colorado did not force Kansas to punt one time and then turn the camera off. That's the game. That's the story. That's the post-game show. The defense did not get a stop. Not one.
No.
Go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah, man. I mean, this team has a tendency.
Pump his volume up a little bit for me.
Yeah, he's got to go. His volume's
quiet.
got to go up a little bit.
Go ahead, though, Scott.
Squad. But no, I mean, I was just saying, like, this team has a tendency to make things harder on themselves than they need to be.
Yeah.
When you have slow starts, that lessens your margin of error.
Yeah.
When you can't run the ball, that lessens your margin for error. When you're poor on third down, alluding to Uncle Neely's point, that lessens your margin for error. And over the last 3 weeks, this Colorado offense is 8 of 31 on third down. That's 25%.
That's terrible. It's
really
That's
bad.
terrible.
That's not sustainable. And on the other side, Kansas was 9 of 14 on third down tonight, 64%. And again, when your defense doesn't show up, it makes things difficult when all those other things I mentioned are still happening on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, 520 yards total offense for Kansas.
Yeah.
330 of them were on the ground. They averaged 5.8 yards per rush. And obviously this was the most points Colorado has allowed in a game all season, 37 points. So it's a disappointing performance, particularly from a defense that's been really playing lights out for the last month, the last 4+ weeks. And again, we said it all week. You know, you stop Devin Neal, you have a really good chance of slowing down this offense, stopping this offense. And yeah, when he goes for 287 total yards and Colorado has 308 as a team, Colorado only outgained Devin Neal by 21 yards tonight.
That's a great number, though.
You're going to lose every time.
You know, I hated to, well, I'm not going to say hate. I didn't want to be the I told you so guy because I wanted to be wrong on this. But when I was going through the film and sitting there with the coaches and talking, the glaring thing to me was third down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like even tonight, I think one of the reporters asked about Kansas's success on first down and how that was put. It was the first down after they converted on third down.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Yeah.
we had them 3rd and 5, and they got 6 yards, and then when it was 1st and 10, then they got 47.
Yep.
Like it wasn't a true first down. It was our ineptitude on 3rd down, just throughout the game, and then the same thing happened to us on offense, and you just can't win a football game that way.
No.
And it allowed Jalen Daniels to have a solid game, who, again, I tweeted during the game, he was giving Colorado opportunities to stay in that game early in the game, particularly
Absolutely.
with his red zone inaccuracy. But again, when you were able to hand the ball off and get 5.5 yards a pop, I mean, it makes Jalen Daniels' job a lot easier. And he was solid. Look at his 14 to 21, 67%, 189, and a touchdown. That's not even counting what he did on the ground, which is another 72 yards. But they allowed Jalen Daniels to have a relatively easy day, and this was fortunate.
As bad as the game was, this was about to be a 1 to 3 point game at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had done nothing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And at a certain point in the game, I remember thinking to myself, like, all right, well, the offense has to be perfect from here on out.
Yep.
And they damn near were for a minute there. They get the touchdown to cut it, to get on the board, put it at 7. What was it? 17-7.
Yep.
They get the next touchdown to make it 14-20. They get the ball back. They get a touchdown to make it 21-23. And it's like, all right, they're doing everything they have to do. Like, at some point, the defense is going to get it right, right? You know, Robert Livingston, who has been the king of second half adjustments, he's going to make the adjustment, right? I don't think there was an adjustment to make today.
No, it wasn't.
It was just you're getting
their asses blown
yeah.
off the ball.
Man, thank
Getting
you
your
for
asses
saying that. I can't see the chat right now, but I want people to recognize that this is not one of those instances where we got out-coached. And I'm not throwing players under the bus. I'm talking. I'm on the sideline. I can hear the coaches. I can see the players. I can see the effort. Robert Livingston did what Robert Livingston always does, and I think Coach Prime said in the post-game presser, like, he called a great game, but if you're not where you're supposed to be on the call, what difference does the call make?
There's no play call for getting pushed.
Or missing a tackle, a guy getting touched 5 times.
Or missing a great point. There's no play call for that, and, you know, someone around me was like, well, why aren't we putting 8 in the box? I was like, we are. You know, like, let him go man on the outside and put 8 in the box. I was like, that's what we're doing.
Yep.
And honestly, at point, especially late in the second quarter, right before halftime, this felt like a lot of the Colorado games this year where they end up winning.
Yep.
You have a slow start. I mean, they were down 13-0 a couple weeks ago against Texas Tech. I mean, they're down 10-0 at the end of the first quarter tonight. And it felt like, okay, another slow start. They score before the half. They obviously get the ball out of the second half. They score again. And again, this defense has been dominant in the second half of games, and that's been part of the formula, but it just wasn't the case tonight.
Yeah. It's frustrating. In the end, it's 41 minutes of time of possession to 19 minutes. You just didn't give yourself a chance to win.
I mean, and Coach Prime was asked about it just real quickly. I mean, you scored 21 points in 19 minutes of time of possession. That's
it should have been 28.
Pretty efficient. Yeah.
Because Will Shepard dropped a touchdown pass in the end zone. If he just decides to come back to the ball, it's a touchdown.
It was in his hands.
Yep. Just take one step
Which
forward.
might have been the problem.
Yeah, you can't win football games when the other team is basically just 2 to 3 ratio on time of possession, and then I could see you tackle anyone tonight. My God.
When we flip the script on this show and talk about what other teams need to do to beat us, it always gets back to 2 and 12 have to be on the bench. And they kept 2 and 12 on the bench.
Yeah.
It's the same way you beat any team with that potent of an offense, those types of playmakers. And even with 2 and 12 on the bench, 12 still went nuclear.
Oh, man. What a stud.
All right, let's take our first break.
Go ahead.
Shout out to our friends and our homies over at Game Time.
Love it.
Last regular season game. Next weekend. Not even next weekend. It's on Friday.
Black Friday.
Black Friday. The Buffs are playing Oklahoma State in Boulder, Colorado, 10 a.m. Get your tickets over at Game Time for Colorado games, college football games, NFL, hockey, basketball, concerts, events, whatever's going on in your city. Download the Game Time app, create an account. Use the promo code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code BUFFS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
It's game time. And you know what time it'll be next Friday?
Game time.
10 a.m.
It'll be time to get the hell away from family. Thanksgiving starts on Wednesday or Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
You know by the time Friday morning comes, you either want them out your house or you need to get out of the house a little bit. You can get a ticket to the game by
That's
using
true.
Game Time.
That's true.
Like you can sit there and go, you know what? I ain't got to sit here this morning.
I'm tired of these
I'm going to the
folks.
game.
Yeah. Also, shout out to our friends over at Sleeper. Tomorrow morning, Sleeper Sunday, 10:30 a.m. We'll see you guys then. But also, if you're in a state that doesn't have legal gambling on sports, you should check out to see if they have Sleeper. Because
Sleeper picks.
They may have Sleeper picks so that you can get in and make some fun same game parlays, whatever you
Combos.
want. Same game combos. See how many multipliers you can hit. It's a fun way to do it. You can do it on college even. So check out our friends over at Sleeper Picks. And even if you are in a state where you can use places like our friends over at Bet365, you got to check out Sleeper Picks because it's a fun way to just get in the game and get dialed in. Big fan of it. We've had a lot of fun with it. So deposit $100 right now and you'll get a match when you use the code BUFFS, BUFFS, at Sleeper. That's again, deposit 100, get an extra 100. Love to see it over and enjoy those Sleeper Picks with Sleeper.
Yeah, Shador and Travis. Were you going to say something? Sorry.
Well, before you went to the very perfectly timed break, for anyone, again, doubting the defensive scheme, the fact that the guy got his hands on the runner in the backfield or the line of scrimmage lets you know you were in the right scheme. Like, the bad scheme is when the guy doesn't get touched.
Oh, yeah, they were just
like, we
not
were
tackling.
touching the guy.
Yeah.
We just failed to tackle tonight.
Yeah.
Even the play when they declined the holding penalty, which was a questionable decision in my opinion, the next play, they are face-to-face in the backfield with the runner 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They missed the tackle, and it goes for 37 yards the other way.
And then a penalty.
Yes, and then a penalty on top of it. But
I scratched my head on the here's what I would have done. I would have taken that penalty. They got to back up, and I would have blitzed them.
Yeah.
I would have sent everybody because now they're backed up.
It's 1st and 20 from the 10-yard line. I feel like that's a great position to put your defense into. But regardless, they had it. The play made. They were there.
Yep.
And that's the story of the night. If guys who were in position to make plays made plays, this would have been a different story. And I don't even think you have to point the finger at one or two or even three people.
No, you
across
just
the
do
It's
this.
board.
the whole defense.
Yeah, you can do this.
The guys,
Everybody can get it.
Guys who had opportunities to make plays generally didn't make them tonight.
Nope.
Yep. Let's just talk about it. The Shador hit. How is that not called?
It is called. The question is, how is it picked up? You saw that with your own eyes. That's why you put the flag out there. And then you decided to pick that flag up?
He gets hit with more of these than any quarterback in college football.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe that.
I mean,
we just week in and week out. It's just another one. It's like, oh, yep, just pocket the flag.
I would love to sit here and bitch about things like that all night. Because there's plenty of things. It's just hard to when your team got manhandled like that,
No, I'm totally with
And
you.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
He's absolutely right, and you're absolutely right. Because what the tone then becomes that we're using these things as an excuse as to why we didn't win the game.
There's no excuses.
That flag could have stayed down there with 4 more.
Yeah.
And the results the same.
Yeah, you forced 0 punts.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying.
No,
It's
I
crazy.
know,
He keeps
you're
on
right.
taking all these hits.
I mean, there's a holding on Travis on the opening drive of the game. That
was
might change the
wild, too.
game.
Yeah.
And I would say this about Shador, and I'm sure he would echo it if he was sitting in that chair. He's got to not put himself in that situation as well. Like, he means so much to this team, and he means so much to himself and his family going forward, to playing on Sundays, that the risk-reward of extending these plays where you either pick up a holding because, your offensive line doesn't know where you are, or you open yourself for a big hit because you didn't slide, like, he's got to work that out of himself.
And I wish when he sees that free play flag, he just throws it up to Travis. I don't care if they got 4 guys there. Just throw it up.
No, facts.
You want to talk about the crazy part of all this?
Yeah, get into it.
Scenarios.
The crazy part of all this is that Colorado needs just 2 things to happen to not only make the Big 12 championship game, but be the number 1 seed going into the Big 12
So
championship.
wait. I knew we still had a chance to make it.
Yep.
You're saying we have a chance to even be the 1 seed?
If just one other thing happens other than
I can't
beating
wait to hear
Oklahoma
this.
State. And that is Houston beating BYU. Now, on the surface, that sounds impossible. It also sounded impossible when we needed Houston to beat Kansas State. And they came through for us. So that's the number 1 easiest and best scenario. Houston beats BYU. Colorado beats Oklahoma State. Colorado is in the Big 12 championship game. Then there's the other scenario which requires a little bit more help, and that is Arizona beats Arizona State. Rivalry game. Crazy shit happens. And Iowa State loses one more game. And I say that because they're playing right now. They have a 4-point lead at halftime. And they also play versus Kansas State next week. Mm-hmm. So again, one option is Houston beats BYU, Colorado beats Oklahoma State. The other option is Arizona beats Arizona State, and Iowa State loses either tonight or next week against Kansas State. That's the craziest part of all this, is that unfortunately we joined the chaos in this conference tonight.
Yep.
But if the chaos continues, everything all could be forgiven for whatever the hell that was that they put on the field tonight.
Colorado can still win the regular season Big 12 title, can't they?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
That's all you need is Houston beats BYU, Colorado beats Oklahoma State. Colorado is the regular season Big 12 champions.
Insane.
Very insane.
I was going to dogpile on what you just said. I don't know if it'll be forgiven, but it'll certainly be forgotten.
Yeah, and I mean, we won't care at this point because we blew our opportunity, but that effectively ended the possibility of getting a first-round bye.
Oh,
yeah, that's gone.
That's over.
That's gone.
So if Colorado were to find their way into the Big 12 championship game, even if they were to win, it's probably the 12th seed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. But again, a lot of things need to happen for us to be worried about that.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're still in the position we were before this game started, which is we have to beat Oklahoma State. Like, whatever you want to happen, you want to get your head coach and your program and your seniors out with a last win on the regular season. You want to make a 9-win program for the season. You want to keep yourself alive. Whatever you're trying to check mark or punch hole, you got to beat Oklahoma State. And here's going to be interesting. With our game not only being on Friday, it's early Friday morning. We got to go all the way through the weekend watching these games
Damn, I didn't even
take
think
place.
About that. Yeah, that sucks. BYU didn't do us any favor. Obviously, the loss is the biggest L of the day, but BYU, second biggest L of the day.
Yep.
Not beating ASU. Because that would have made it almost would have absolved CU of this loss, really.
Kinda.
It would have just been them and Iowa State, right?
Yeah. So then you would have just needed one favor, I guess, from Iowa State. But maybe BYU's just broken and they lose next week.
Yeah, true. Could be. You never know.
How many losses in a row is that? Two. That's 2 in a row for them.
Yep.
It is.
Why not make it 3? 3's company after all.
And please keep in mind out there in fan world, this is an addition to the loss column. It's not a subtraction to the win column. We have more than 6 wins. We're still going to a bowl game. So don't panic. Not only is the Big 12 championship still a possibility, we still have a football game in December.
And people always, I don't know. I feel like people always take issue with this, but it's the truth. If I told you before the season that Colorado would be 8-3 going into their final game of the season against Oklahoma State, would you have taken it? Of course you would have, because that's exactly what you and I predicted would be the case.
Yes.
Going into that game. Of course, it's disappointing that they fumbled their opportunity tonight.
Sure.
And if they won tonight, we would be talking about very definitively Colorado being in first place alone in the Big 12 and just needing to take care of business against the last place team in the last week of the season. But I don't like moving the goalposts when they do it to us.
Yep.
And I don't like moving the goal. I wouldn't move the goalposts on myself. The goalposts of this season were where they were, and to this point, it has been a massive success.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And all of the momentum that has been built over the last 11 weeks cannot be taken from them. It's just disappointing. It is disappointing, but you would have taken 8-3 if I gave it to you before the season.
For sure.
Yeah, because the people who would take 8-3, if you gave it to them, remember 1-11, they remember 4-8.
Exactly.
Like this is arrow up, bye. This is not sales. Man, that was synchronized. That needs to be an Olympic sport. You both turned up that brick at the same time. And backed off of it. Look.
Great minds.
Wow. They need to clip that part.
That was apparently that was so remarkable. It interrupted you in your point.
Because
That
I'm
was
watching
crazy.
you on this one like,
I'm excited to watch that.
Offensively, I mean, I don't know exactly what happened with Isaiah. He got hurt, but they couldn't run the ball again. Shador was actually phenomenal, up until the final drive, he had as many touchdown passes as incompletions. And then what do you finish, Scotty? 23 of 29.
Yes, sir. 79%.
And I think 3 or 4 of those incompletions came on that final drive.
Yeah.
Including the last play where he just threw it up because the game was literally over.
He had 1 completion at halftime.
1 incompletion.
Correct.
Yes.
1 incompletion.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll just add this, because people are what's left to play for. The place that you finish in the Big 12 will also determine what bowl game you go to.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
So, Colorado should absolutely take care of business against Oklahoma State, and then we'll see where the chips fall after that. But there's still a lot to play for in terms of getting to the best possible bowl game.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Great point. Appreciate you saying that.
Hey, the last 2 times this team took an L, they bounced back expeditiously and in magnificent fashion. So I expect something similar.
That was discussed in the
Friday.
great point, Scotty. Deep Pockets. That was discussed in the locker room.
I bet.
Post game, and by the guy who brought it up the first time. Pat Sherman. He was walking around telling guys, "Hey, head up, let's refocus." We still got 2 games left, alluding to the fact that we have Oklahoma State in the bowl game, and so there's still something to play for here. I don't think at that time in the locker room, the scenarios about still making the Big 12 championship game were known or being discussed. But what was being discussed is that we guaranteed have 2 games left.
Yep, definitely.
And, yeah, Pat Shermer did not have a great game tonight.
No, but Shedeur made up for a lot of his miscues, I think. And as we said at the beginning, the offense overall, I thought was fine.
I mean, I just go back. It's really worthless going through this stuff because the defense never got a stop. But back-to-back shotgun runs on 3rd and short and 4th and short.
That was terrible.
What are we doing? I thought we learned that lesson.
And I'm sorry,
8 weeks ago.
why is Dallin in the game there? I don't care if Isaiah's hurt. Micah's back this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Micah didn't get no touches.
Insert down and 1 is Micah getting the football. Has to be.
But whatever it is, it's not shotgun run. Back-to-back. I don't care who's in there.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. I mean,
8 rushing attempts from Colorado running backs tonight for a grand total of 17 yards.
this happens in every single loss with this team, bro.
That's what I was going to say is that's a pattern, man. It's a pattern. And like I've said it multiple times, and I'd love to bitch and moan about all of it, and just none of it matters. Shedeur had them.
Yeah.
If he just kept getting the ball.
Yeah.
If the defense could keep the other team from scoring at any point.
Rob Livingston said that at halftime. He said, look, it's on us being the defense.
Yeah.
They can't stop him. And he's pointing across the room at Shedeur. They can't stop him. They can't stop them, the offense. It's on us. Like, we got to give them more opportunities.
Yep.
Because when they have the ball, they still keeping us in the game. We're scoring.
Yep.
Frustrating, man. Let's take our next break.
Let's take a next break. Bryce loves my jingles to the lead-in, so like I don't want to let him down. It's break time. Second break by Jake.
Keep singing.
If you ever want to break, call up Jake. He's the king of the break.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Shout out to our friends over at Elevations Credit Union.
Elevations.
The official credit union of the University of Colorado, with what RK calls the sexiest credit card in the history
In world
of
history.
credit cards. World history. Wow, we're even giving it that.
Yes.
It's the Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards card, emblazoned with that iconic CU Ralphie logo. On top of various cardholder benefits, Elevations Credit Union donates 2 cents per swipe to the CU NIL Fund. In other words, every swipe of this card is a win for you and CU. So there's one way to support your program. It's Go Buffs with the Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards card. Are you all right?
I'm telling you, man, this when it gets going.
It's a good thing that didn't happen to me after dinner last night, or else.
Yeah, for real. The only official credit card of CU Athletics, only at Elevations Credit Union. Visit buffscreditcard.com to apply and see full card benefits and details. Breck Brew.
Also, shout out to Breck Brew. Zoned out for a second. Right here.
I'm brewless, but I normally
In
have
the same way that the Elevations credit card, the Go Buffs Visa Rewards card, is the sexiest credit card in world history, this is the sexiest beer can in world history.
It really is.
Shout out to Breckenridge Brewery and the Juice Drop Hazy IPA, the official craft beer of CU Athletics, the official craft beer of DNVR, This is going down smooth. We're all needing something to wash down the sorrows with tonight. So why not a Breckenridge Brewery, beautiful Breckenridge Brewery beer? And if you want one, you can go and find the nearest ones to you at the Breck Brew Locator. Go to breckview.com/locator to check them out, and you can also get the sexiest can in world history.
Well done. Travis was awesome.
His Heisman odds have gone to lock status.
Yep.
Oh, it was a lock before this.
Well, they went to more of a lock.
What are they
At a certain point tonight, they had gone all the way to -700.
Wow.
When he scored his second touchdown. I believe it has shifted just a little bit since then. Oh no, it has shifted the other way. Travis Hunter is now -1,200
wow.
to win the Heisman Trophy.
Wow.
Genty must not be having a game. I know that Boise is struggling.
It's like he got hurt tonight.
Really?
No,
Genty.
for real?
A little banged
Oh
up.
no.
That sucks. But Travis Hunter has moved into lock status for the Heisman Trophy after an unbelievable performance. And Boise State is tied with Wyoming in the third quarter.
Arcade, did you know that Travis tonight had his longest reception of his career?
Yeah, what was it? 50-something?
51.
That's kind of crazy, is it
Yeah,
not?
I
I told Scott in the press box, I was like, this guy's got to have the most 45-yard catches in the history of Colorado football.
Yeah, for real. Not only that, but he clinches 1,000-yard receiving season. He clinches 10 receiving touchdowns. Shador becomes the all-time leader in total touchdowns in a season for Colorado. A lot of cool stuff.
and passing
tied
single
the
season.
single season passing touchdowns record.
And
And
should have
He
surpassed
passed it. He did.
Oh, he did.
pass it.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, if he throws a touchdown next week, he'll have an NCAA record for like 46 consecutive games with a touchdown pass.
Wow.
The only guy in college football history.
It just sucks, man. It, like, sitting here, you know, we only get so many opportunities to watch these guys play. Sitting here thinking back on this game, it's just like we got to see them go out there few times tonight.
Yeah, and they still gave you a vintage performance, too.
Yeah.
A performance good enough to win from both of them.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, there's so many things that just did not go our way. You know what I like to talk about more than third down efficiency is penalties.
Oh, dude, the penalties were... It wasn't the amount, it was the timing.
situations.
Yes, the timing of the penalties was horrendous tonight.
DJ, my guy.
Wester.
Shiloh. I mean,
like the list goes on.
Straight
Like
up.
situationally, why are we jumping right here?
Shador, I was telling you this walking back to the bus. There's, I can't remember what the defensive holding by the defense. But this was on a third down play or something by Shador where he scrambled like 35 yards back and then just threw the ball up so it became not just an automatic first down from defensive holding, became offsetting penalties in just a second down because you threw it and it got intentional grounding.
That's what I was talking about with just throw it up to Travis. You see that flag out, just throw it up.
Yeah.
Or in that situation, just throw it to Neely on the sideline.
For real.
Sure.
Like, just chunk it in the stands.
He's not going to make the play, but you can throw it to him anyway.
But that's the thing, when he scrambles backwards,
I'm not denying that.
when he scrambles backwards, all he has to do is get out of the tackle box and then just get it back to the line of scrimmage. But then when he goes back 35 yards, it's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
But that's just
the spins look great though. Like
he shook some guys.
Look
He
great.
shook some guys.
But
That's
every
just him.
spin was like 8 yards back.
Yeah.
That's just him feeling like I have a chance to make a game-changing play here, and it's free play.
No,
and
of
just
course.
not considering the flip side.
Of course.
Yeah, we talked about this early in the season. The risk reward of this offense, the players, the personnel, is that they don't fear getting behind the chains on second or third down because we're going to go forward on fourth down and convert anyway. Like they have this almost video game mentality about game situations because there's an arrogance to it about success. But I think tonight, paraphrasing Coach Prime, there was a nice pre-Thanksgiving meal of humble pie for everybody.
Yep.
And I think, too, it's cool, very cool to play young guys and have young guys contribute. We saw Draylon score a touchdown for the second straight week.
God, that was
He's a
so
baller.
dope.
I mean, we're
Such a
really
baller.
seeing him blossom in front of our very eyes. But There's also a drawback sometimes to playing young guys. I mean, we saw Carter Stoutmire get a start again tonight and struggle a little bit, particularly in pass coverage.
Yeah.
Cash Cleveland at times looked like a walk-on freshman at times, particularly in the run game, particularly in some short yardage situations. So that's
Seaton
just
had
part
a
of
big
it.
hold, yeah.
Seed had a big. Jalen Wester, who you mentioned, had a penalty. I believe one of the plays that you mentioned, I mean, he has Devin Neal hugged in the backfield, just can't hold on. Devin Neal breaks the tackle, goes for a chunk gain. So that just comes with it. Again, you love to play young guys. You love when they can contribute, but sometimes they're going to look like young guys, and that was the case at least for a few guys tonight.
Very good point, Scotty. Like, tonight could be one of those nights where we sit here, and instead of giving out helmet stickers, we take stickers off from previous games. Like, hey, linebackers, I love y'all, but give me those stickers back from the past 2 weeks.
I literally asked Jake, because this is my first, the DNVR post-game show after an L, and I'm like, do we even do helmet stickers after a loss?
I'm telling you, it's like retro, like, hey, give me those back. I know they don't stick again, but I need those.
Retroactive helmet stickers is crazy.
Scotty, if you haven't caught on, the post-game shows after a win are a lot more fun than the ones after a loss.
Yeah,
By the way, this bus finishes what, 4-1?
You take that every time.
3-1, 3-1. The bus did a great job. This is our first loss in this bus, which is sad.
I was about to say it last night on the pregame show, but thank God I didn't.
That it was undefeated?
Yes.
Maybe you need to speak that into existence.
Facts.
Yeah.
Can I take a moment to speak about last night?
You can take as long as you want.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Take 2 moments.
Yeah.
Bro, last night we went to Jack Stack Barbecue, and our guy Reese
Shout out Reese.
gave us a barbecue experience that only like gods and kings have ever experienced before us.
Or like judges of a barbecue competition,
yes.
maybe.
It was the most unreal thing, at least culinary-wise, that I've experienced.
Yeah.
We were at my favorite barbecue restaurant, which I said to RG in the camera before we even walked in. I said, this is my favorite barbecue restaurant that I've been to in America. And they brought us every single thing on the menu, twice.
Oh, no, more than twice.
Yeah.
It's like 3 times.
Yeah.
Can't thank them enough, man. It was one of the most ridiculous meals I've ever had.
Yeah.
I was still full until the end of the game.
I didn't even eat until we got to the press box.
Yeah.
This is going to sound like it's not a compliment, but it really is a compliment. It got so good, which was bad, that it's like, all right, y'all just wasting food. Now stop.
No, that's what I
like
said.
this, we can't do this.
Yeah, no.
There's no way we're going to eat all this or take it with us.
Yeah.
Like, please stop bringing food.
Thankfully, your boy G Money was local.
Shout out to G Money, who's local. He
We
got
just
some
kept
boxes.
giving him more. I was like, you got to take this, bro. 12 more ribs. Take
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
It was insane.
I just paid them my leftovers before the show started, and they was still smacking.
Yeah, no, I'm about to have that after this for
Still
sure.
a hit.
I
Shout out
didn't
Jack
even
Stack.
bring mine. I left them in the hotel. I just like, I don't want it. Like, I've had so much damn I'm sweating barbecue.
I might have done the same thing.
I couldn't do it. I don't want it.
What is going on with Boise right now? It doesn't make any sense. So, not that it matters, but Boise has scored 10 points in the game. You would think that Ashton Genty's struggling, right? Mm-hmm. He has 13 carries for 116 yards. He's averaging 9 yards a carry.
Samuel just said Genty's headed back into the game after getting banged up and going to the medical tent.
But I guess I looked. What are they on third down? They're 1 for 9 on third down.
That'll do it.
We had a couple medical tent issues. I can tell you that I don't know what the deal with D-line. Come on, help me out.
You got to give me more.
Quinn?
No.
Block bully.
Nope.
Tawfiq Thomas.
Nope.
Damn.
88.
Amari.
Amari McNeil.
X-rays were negative, so he's
Oh, he got hurt too?
yeah, he's good in that regard.
Oh, Jesus.
He got banged up pretty bad.
Oh, wow.
So we didn't have anything
Coach
significant
said,
from the game.
Well, Philip Houston went down, and I asked Coach in the post game, and he said they're hoping he didn't tear his ACL.
I saw him walking off, but he also looked rough when he was on the ground.
Yeah.
But he was walking off.
He put a lot of pressure on him when he walked off, which led me to believe it's not ACL.
ACLs are tough in that regard,
You
though.
can
Yeah.
do that on a torn ACL.
Yeah.
You can.
I didn't say you can't. It
I know.
led me
I'm
to
just,
believe.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Just take the guy to pasture and shoot him. Let's keep some positive attitude.
Whoa.
Like, I'm trying to instill hope in the people.
Yes.
I'm not trying to instill despair. I'm just saying that that's what happens. Like,
Yes, it is. We'll see. Hopefully everything's okay.
let's take our final break. Super chats.
What?
Final break,
Okay.
and then super chats.
I'm ready.
All right. Shout out to the homies over at Circle K who have literally powered us on the Great American Stampede, which unfortunately is literally coming to an end as we speak because we are on our way
The
home.
bus will still be at the bar or at the tailgate next week, though. So
Yeah,
won't be
but
the last time we ever see it.
we don't get to do this again.
No. Oh my God, Isaac Wilson. Why do you do this?
I take that back. We will get to do this again, just not for a while. Anyway, shout out to Circle K. They've been the homies. They've literally kept us fueled, kept the bus fueled on the Great American Stampede. Download the Circle K app and sign up for the Inner Circle. It's free. Just do it. And you'll get some discounts on gas. You'll get every 5th item free on foods, drinks. They got exclusive sweepstakes, deals, all kinds of stuff going on, and it's uploaded weekly.
Circle K has self-checkout.
Yeah,
It does.
It's awesome.
How badass is
That's
that?
actually
great.
really clutch for like a place like that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So shout out to Circle K, the homies. We'll stop at one soon. You should stop at one soon too.
And if you're thinking of ways to get there, you could go in a bus or you could go in your Toyota.
I love my Toyota, man.
I love his Toyota.
If you had a Toyota, you'd be saying that too. It's time for you to get hip. Get yourself a Toyota. Toyotas are the best. The only good thing about this trip ending is that we get to get back to my Toyota.
Of course.
So, shout out to Toyota. Shout out to all of the people that work there that have taken incredible care of us.
Yeah.
And for them believing in DNVR as a concept is pretty cool, I believe, too. So, if you're looking to get a new car, you're looking to get the best car in the business, go and visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe, and Centennial. Corwin Toyota in Boulder. Groove Toyota in Littleton. Mountain State Toyota in Denver. Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora. And Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
Front Range, and shout out to the Front Range Toyotas.
Toyota also runs the chat. It's called the Toyota Chat. So if you're in there hanging out with us right now, get your super chats in. We got time.
We do have time. Speaking of, we got time today. Shout out to Coach Prime and Roxy on their new Tubi
Yep.
weekly show on Tuesdays on Tubi. Good stuff. Good stuff. Check them out on Tubi.
Tubes days.
Alrighty. Here we go. Paris with the $1.99 super chat says positives. Bowl game tickets will be cheaper now.
Again, not so fast.
Not so fast, my friend. Josh Ackley with the $20 super chat. Nothing has proven to me more that this is CU against the world after. Nothing has proven to me more that it's CU against the world after this game. The Genty chatter is infuriating, and I now have to loathe a team, Boise State, I used to like a lot. Not only because of their fans, but the trolls. Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
screw 'em.
It doesn't matter.
Thank you for the super chat, though, Josh. Paris again says both teams played hard. Look at the positives, though. That's what we're trying to do, Paris. Appreciate you.
I think
for
you're doing a
the
damn
super
good job
chats.
of it, too. Positive, and being realistic about it.
Yeah. It sucks, man. It sucks,
Yeah,
but
it sucks.
it is what it is. It's football.
Yep. Cam with the $20 super chat. Sco Buffs always disappointing. Sap talked all that shit just for his unit to get BTA'd. Proud of the season overall, but not even one of the best 15 in Buff history now. Wins like today necessary to get there.
I got to give a shout out. During the game, there's a partition separating the locker rooms. You know, Kansas City had come out down those steps in the middle.
Yeah.
Visitors' locker room just ahead of them.
Yeah.
After the game, the hallway was kind of open.
Yeah.
Shout out to the multitude of Kansas players who passed me in the hallway and had something to say about Wednesdays with Warren.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I stopped counting at 10.
Wow.
Hey, where's your boy Sap?
That's funny. Well,
Yeah.
at least they're clicking.
They're clicking, and, you know, I think I told you guys, I said, man, I think Sap gave him some bulletin board material because he went in.
Kansas receiver Luke Grimm, who had 45 yards on 3 catches tonight, just quote retweeted a clip of Warren on Wednesday's Warren an hour ago,
I'm telling you,
saying
man,
bark, no bite.
I stopped counting at 10. And it wasn't like it was 10 in a row, like 9 of them. It was like coming in waves. 2 here, 5 minutes later. It's like, well,
So, yeah.
they watching.
Needless to say, yeah, they was watching.
They watching.
Of course.
Got back to him.
That's crazy. I'll ride with Warren Sapp on my
Any
team
damn day.
Of course.
We're going to do the same thing next Wednesday.
Like I said the other night, I said if you bark like that, it means you trust your boys to back it up.
Yeah. And look at this. I know
They
you
usually
got
do.
Super Chat.
They usually
you're
do.
good.
But look at the track record. When you look at this defense improvement with D-Lou, Warren Sapp, and Dancy, LSD as we like to call them. One game, this one, compared to the 6 that it didn't happen. Like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I mean, Bucky says it all the time. Like, that's what y'all supposed to do when you lose.
Yeah.
You just get dunked on. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Shoot back
part
at
of
us.
taking an L.
Yep. Facts.
Spencer Smith with the $20 super chat. We beat ourselves. I cannot and will not give Kansas all the credit. They played dirty and the refs were clearly on Kansas' side.
No, no.
They hit on Shador. Should have been a penalty / ejection. Blown PI call on Travis. Refs were trash.
Shout out to Kansas, man. Well coached. They had a damn good game plan.
I really
damn
do
good
not.
execution.
I really do not think we beat ourselves.
No, not at all.
No, Kansas beat us.
Pummeled us.
Yeah.
Right.
It's you got to give them credit, man. I agree with some of the things you're saying that they got away with some stuff and this, that, and the other. But
Definitely.
when a team runs like that on you, that's
Yeah.
not you beating yourselves. That's them beating you.
Yeah.
As RK has said probably 5 times on this show, I'll say it a 6th time for him. They did not punt.
Yeah.
0 punts.
Yeah. You
That's
got to
not
give
a
them
beat
credit.
yourself game. They whooped us.
Unless you're saying that us missing tackles is us beating ourselves.
I give you that.
Sure. You got to give them credit. I mean, their OC was cooking. Scott and I were talking about some of those plays that were going
He
on.
got in his bag.
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
what happens when you can run the ball. The play action, the
Facts.
opportunities you can
Facts.
have off of that just opens everything up.
Yeah.
We ran a trick play.
We did.
And it worked pretty damn
Yeah,
well.
about
really
27
damn well.
yards.
Don Peasy. Shout out Don Peasy.
Shut up, easy.
He's got 2 of them. First one, what are the tiebreakers for CU to make the Big 12 title game? We already kind of talked that out. You need a Houston.
Let him give it to him again, man.
All right, give it again.
One more time.
Yeah, for the
The
people in the
most
back.
important possible thing would be Houston beating BYU. You say it's not possible. I'm sure you said the same thing before Houston lined up against Kansas State. We needed them to win that one. They took care of business. That and a Colorado win over Oklahoma State gets Colorado into the title game. Remember, just 2 things. Houston beats BYU. Colorado beats Oklahoma State. Trip back to Dallas is on.
And let me point this out to you, RK, and the listeners at home. The last time we didn't play on a Saturday is when we got all the help in the world we needed. And we don't play next Saturday. We play Friday.
Hey, let's go.
So it could happen again. Our biggest advancement is when we didn't play.
Yep.
And we don't play next Saturday.
We don't play next Saturday. The other opportunity for Colorado to make the Big 12 championship game again starts with the Colorado win over Oklahoma State and includes 1 Iowa State loss. And I say that because they're in action right now, so they either have to lose this week to Utah or next week to Kansas State.
Yep.
And then Arizona State would have to lose to Arizona. Again, you say it's not possible. I say it's college football. That's a rivalry game. Anything
Arizona
can
got
happen.
dog walked today by TCU.
Yeah, but I've seen Arizona State beat Arizona when they were good, and Arizona State was bad. It's just
No, absolutely.
I mean, dog shit. Nebraska beat us this year.
Absolutely,
Crazy
man.
shit happens in rivalry games.
Random, but I'm just looking at this score. Oklahoma
Talk
State,
to us.
obviously who the Buffs play on Friday, scored 48 points today in a loss.
Wow.
To who?
Tech, 56-48 final.
Hey, that's that classic Big 12
Yes,
thing you were
sure.
talking about
Sure
right
That
there.
is.
Don Peasy again, disappointed at the loss, but still love the squad. I mean, that's just, you can be mad, you can be angry, but you don't not stop loving your team after a loss.
No, and now
No,
saying
not at all. Not at all.
And I'll preface this by saying this isn't some sad boy season's over bullshit. But I will say this team is the most fun I've had watching Colorado football, maybe if not probably ever.
Can I get on that bandwagon
So-
with you? Because this is the most I've ever seen them do.
I just love these guys, man. I love this team. I love what they're about.
You
I
watched
love
the 90s team.
who they
I
are.
did.
I love the playmakers. I love the guys on this team, man. And so, it hurts that they severely hampered their chances to reach the highest heights tonight.
Yeah.
But I love this team.
I love this team. There's players that we always love too. Because if I did have to give a
course.
helmet sticker tonight, I would give it to Cameron Silver Craig. if he just had a little bit more help behind him on some of those tackles, because he got there. Like even on the one that was a touchdown, he had him. If a linebacker had been there to back him up, the guy doesn't get in.
Iowa State 4th and goal from the 1 yard line, going for it, trying to take a 11-point lead on Utah, and they're going to have to take a timeout.
Next is IV4. If we finish 9-3, what bowl do you think we get? It'd be I can't remember off the top of my head. Las Vegas Bowl is in there. Holiday Bowl is in there. I think Sun Bowl, Alamo Bowl.
I think the Alamo Bowl will probably go to the team that loses the Big 12 championship game, though.
And I think the Independence Bowl is in there somewhere too, isn't it?
I think we're too high for the Independence Bowl.
I hope we stay too high for the Independence Bowl. Like Shreveport is.
Jake's always too high for the Independence Bowl.
Well, yeah,
hey, you know how it is.
He is. Because don't forget, everybody out there, while you're doing your bowl researching and factoring and figuring, we still are tied into the Pac bowl games.
I got the 6 possibilities. Y'all want to hear them?
Roll them out.
Oh, Lord.
The Art of Sport LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk in Inglewood, California.
Don't want to be there.
That's Wednesday, December 18th. Then there's the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl.
Yes.
On Friday, December 27th. Then the DirecTV Holiday Bowl in San Diego. The Valera Alamo Bowl.
San Antonio.
Yes, sir. The Independence Bowl in Shreveport.
Ooh.
And the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas on New Year's Eve.
I'd rather go to Shreveport than Los Angeles.
Dog.
That's insane.
There's a lot of places I'd rather go to Shreveport.
For real.
All right.
I speed up in
Here we go,
Shreveport when I'm
4th and
driving
1.
to Dallas.
Oh, they just snuck it.
Yeah, they
just
powered it.
absolutely got it easily.
Oh my God.
Scotty Tuhati, Voice from God. What are the correlations? Like, what conferences are with those?
These are the Pac-12 bowls.
Yeah,
No. I'm just saying, what's the opponent? They from the big whatever?
Fridge is open.
Fridge.
I'm not seeing that right here.
Okay.
Pricey.
Oh, our season. The
Sometimes it'll say the
RC
number
is
3 from the Pac versus the
fumbling
number
the
2 from
Yeah,
the...
no, for sure. I know what you're asking,
Yeah.
but I just don't see that here.
Okay.
I'm going to try to find it, though, before we get off.
Thanks, bro.
What kind of turn are we
make
on
sure
right
you
now?
gotta. The handle's gotta click.
Yeah.
There you go.
Give it some elbow grease.
All right.
Go inside and hold it.
I know you told me at the tailgate, Brittany. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of forgot. Brittany Kahar. I tried.
You tried and failed.
She said, "I'm not sad. I had a blast at the tailgate. You guys are as advertised, and I enjoyed the game. On to the next. Go Buffs. Hashtag
Go Buffs.
Buffalo Babes."
Joe taking pictures of everybody, man. Shout out to the tailgate.
Hey, speaking of, shout out to our little homie Sammy, who we met at the tailgate this morning.
Yes.
Shout out to Sammy, man.
Yes.
What a
Yeah.
guy.
We said we'd give him a shout out, and we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Also, I didn't tell these people I would give them a shout out, but Scott's parents are so cool.
Yeah,
Scott's
they
parents.
are.
I told him that last night.
Yeah.
They are pretty
They're the
cool.
homies.
I told his dad, like, we got to hang out without your son. Like, don't think he has to be with us for us to kick it, man.
I did hang out with them without their son because
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys went in early, and then we walked in with the Proctors and many others. But it was a blast, man.
Love that.
That tailgate was awesome.
Yeah,
was.
kicked ass.
Everyone had.
Yeah, it really
it
did,
seemed like
man.
everyone had a good time, and
I had to leave as they were getting ready to bring out the food, but because it was barbecue, I didn't mind. Because that would have been like the 5th barbecue meal in a row.
Bro, they just started serving when we left.
what's crazy
You
is
had to
that
wait
I
a
had
minute.
some, and it was actually really good.
I bet it was.
Tailgate was lit. I think this was my favorite away tailgate of the season.
That's what I was getting ready to say. At least the best
Nebraska
one that I've been
tailgate
at.
was really sick.
I wasn't at that one, but
Just
I'd take
left
this
a sour
one over
taste
that.
in my mouth.
Yeah. This one is up there with the Arizona State tailgate from last year, in my opinion. That's my favorite tailgate.
This was a great tailgate. That's always like the saddest part about losing these games. It's just like, man, the vibes were so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Until
vibes
they
are right
weren't.
at the tailgate. I got to give props.
I hate these slow starts, man. That's another thing that bothered me about this game. It's just like, one of these times, you got to just go out there and just take control.
Yeah, you do. And Coach Prime has been calling for that. I mean, here's the thing, RK. If you don't know shit else, you know ball. And so I know you know this. What was this, like week 9, week 10 or something?
This is
this week?
Yeah.
Week
11?
13?
Yeah, I'm talking about like games
Oh,
one
yeah,
play.
game
like,
11, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, at some point we just got to look in the mirror and say this is who we are. Because
slow
it
start
has
team,
happened 10 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got that answer for you, Unc.
All right, bro, appreciate
about
that.
The bowl tie-ins.
The bowl tie-ins. This is who.
Do you have Never mind. I'm not gonna put that on you.
The Alamo
Does it
Bowl's
say
like-
like their rankings of them.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I just got conference who the
Who
the opponent
would
or the
we
conference
play?
come from. So the Holiday Bowl would be against an ACC opponent.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
The LA Bowl would be against a Mountain West opponent.
Lame.
The Las Vegas Bowl would be against an SEC opponent.
Okay.
Let's get it.
The Independence Bowl would be against a Big 12.
No, we don't need that.
The Alamo Bowl would also be against a Big 12.
That's confusing.
And the Tony
It's-
the Tiger Sun Bowl is against the ACC.
There's
Again,
no way they're putting Colorado against like Cincinnati.
Bro,
in the
they will.
And
No,
again, for
they
the
have
folks
to.
out there at home, you got to remember that we're going into these bowl games still as if we were in
yes.
the pack.
Yes.
Yeah, right,
That's
exactly.
why.
Colorado State in the LA Bowl is a legitimate possibility. I'm not even kidding.
They wouldn't do it. I don't think they'd do that either, though.
Why not?
Is there
Because
not,
we already played.
is there not a Big 12 team y'all would want to see again or play? I feel like
Kansas State?
K-State rematch.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
would
fine.
K-State rematch should be
That's fair.
sweet.
would be dope.
And I
I
just
don't want
want
to do anything in Shreveport, though.
Yes, facts.
People don't listen when you say this, but can you just reiterate what you've said about the potential of Travis and Shador playing in a bowl game?
You know, one thing I've always said, the best indicator of future performance is past performance. And we saw this with the Celebration Bowl at Jackson State.
Yeah.
And there was no way they were not playing. It's going to be the same thing here. I am certain that you're going to have some players who are going to opt out and not play. But it
Guys
will,
that are going to enter the transfer portal.
Exactly.
Or draft.
And it will not be Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders. Like, they're going to play. They're going to finish this thing out.
I wholeheartedly believe you.
I saw it happen.
Cowpoke Ranch thinks I'm Ron Burgundy and I read anything that is super chatted, but I'm not reading that. Hype Dreams says, will we get any pop-up events with coach or players before seniors leave? We need a community send-off regardless of the outcome of the season.
That's a great idea. Let me mention that to him.
But
Great idea.
That should be organized by the fans, not the team.
Yeah.
Alonzo says, it wasn't a bad game called, just plain tackling.
Yep.
Worse than plain, it was atrocious. But
Awful.
thank you for the super chat, Alonzo.
I think he means like just plain tackle.
Yeah. Hype Dreams, second super chat. Any upcoming DT96 restocks for the holidays? You know of anything?
Yeah. Damn, I forgot the color.
Give me the white and golds.
You got the red and blacks
Yep.
that are slated for the holidays, and they're getting sent out to the celebrity friends now. So that's a holiday one, and I think one of the original ones from the start of the season refurbishes around Christmas.
I need the white and gold, please.
I will make some calls.
Thank you for
they will not get answered.
Well, that's
But
what I want.
will
That's
make
what I
some
want for the
calls.
holidays.
Thank
If
you.
anyone in Colorado is listening, that's what I want for the holidays.
Thank you for the super chats, Hype Dreams. Chris Fleming with the super chat, my guy. We met him today,
Yes,
right?
shout out Chris.
Shout out Chris.
Great to meet you today, my guy.
The homie.
Wait, I have to say something. When you meet
You're doing
us,
good, Jake. Your patience.
you got to tell us who you are on Twitter. Because I
Yes.
met Chris Fleming and I didn't know I was meeting Chris Fleming.
No, bro, the same thing happened to me. When I met him and he was cool, and then he tagged me in a picture afterwards. And
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
that's
yeah,
Chris.
that's
Like,
what I
what?
said. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Tell
Gotta
me-
drop the YouTube name or
Yeah,
your Twitter name or
YouTube
something.
and the Twitter ad.
Yeah.
Gotta. But shout out Chris. I believe this is. He says, I believe this is the only game all season where we didn't have one stop on defense that didn't end up with points given. Am I wrong?
They didn't punt.
Yeah,
Not
didn't
a
punt.
stop, not a turnover, nothing.
Yeah, they didn't punt.
Nothing.
Only one sack. Also
Yeah.
very characteristic for the
Well, yeah.
sack leaders of the
Can't get
conference.
sacks if the other team doesn't have to pass.
True.
Preach.
Shout out to you, Chris. Appreciate you, man. Ray with the super chat. It was awesome getting to meet you guys today. Shout out RG for the hookup. Too bad we let this one go.
That can only mean one thing.
Does that mean what I think it means? RG's a legend.
No, he is legendary.
He really is. Shout out to you, Ray. Graciano says, "Good game, CU. Keep your head up. 8-3 is better than last year." Again, yeah,
Twice as good as last year.
No one's gonna want to hear it right now, but as Unc said, the arrow is pointing up, and you have demolished your win total from last year. I don't know how you cannot be proud of this season from this
Dare
team.
I say, don't break a sweat on the escalator.
There, say it. Say it.
Shout out Graciano.
And as you step on that escalator, let go of hell.
Also, I have people telling this is why I can't let go of hell.
Bro. All right, let's get into it.
I said, if this is hell to you, you got to find something else to do on Saturdays.
Yep, straight
if
up.
8-3 is hell, you're not going to have fun doing this.
No.
And the people literally saying the season is over when it's not. Like,
No.
I'll see you in the spring. Like, come on, man.
Bye.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Now we're
Bye.
together.
We
Now we're
have
together.
2 games left to watch Travis and Shador in the same uniform, same
least.
team.
At least.
Yes, but you can't just go season's over like later. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah,
dog.
go ahead.
Come on.
Hey, 2 random
You
things.
can. Just
Sorry.
don't come back.
What's up, Scotty?
1, Oklahoma's putting belt to ass on Alabama right now.
Really?
24-3
What?
Wow.
in the third quarter, halfway through the third quarter.
Oh, there goes my
secondly-
Alabama
Yeah.
to win the college football
Facts.
playoff future.
And then, did Arcade at the tailgate, did head buses play at all?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
It
It was
should've.
like that?
It's what?
You don't remember?
I don't remember the playlist from the.
I requested it, but right before we left, and I was
No,
like,
you know what played was the one you requested for Jake.
"What? I requested Jake."
Hot to go.
I didn't request that, but
H-O-T-T-O-G-O.
I'm glad I
They
missed
said you
that.
did.
Did y'all play that at the
No,
tailgate?
They did. They
Did
played.
you play that at the tailgate?
They did
No.
play that at the tailgate. They did.
I wasn't
after you
there.
left.
I definitely did. ask.
Basically, it doesn't count.
No, it didn't play. I
Damn.
don't think head buses played.
Damn.
I would have been turned.
I want to give a shout out.
That's
Shout
why-
out to the voice of God, Scotty D Pockets,
Squad.
who's been coming through with the stats, the bowl game info, and everything else, all the tidbits back there.
We actually
Love
did.
on.
We actually did the people dirty tonight because Scott has the most fans for his looks in the chat, and we didn't put him on the camera.
That's why we didn't put him on the camera.
Here, Scotty, Scotty,
we
you want
got
to
to
swap?
humble him. He's going to be like the damn defense.
Scotty.
He's going to get a big head.
No.
He's
all good, man.
He's chilling too hard. That's
comfy
why.
as hell.
Yeah.
We good.
Next is Kenton. He said CU needs to get their weight up. A lot of bad film. Appreciate you, Kenton. Trey Vision with the super chat. They need to hit the weight room. Thank you, Trey Vision.
Luke Batari is in for Utah, so that game's over.
Robert Northrup with the super chat. 2 separate drives that ended despite 3rd and 1. I thought we had fixed the lack of a run game. Can't let KU also beat us next week. BOSU. Well said.
Don't run back-to-back times in short yardage.
Yeah, don't
With
run
Dallin
back-to-back times in short yardage, long bam.
And if you're gonna
And
do
you
it,
have
don't.
to have more than 8 attempts in a damn game, too.
Yeah. 2 of them were 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
I don't think there should be another game this season where Dallin Hayden has the most rushing attempts.
That's facts.
But Isaiah was hurt, and
It's true.
clearly they weren't fully confident in Micah taking over the workload.
Yeah.
Just in terms of his health, I'm guessing.
Paris with another super chat. Now we can enjoy 2-12 last game as Buffs. No stress. That's not fun though. You want the stress of the
bro.
of the stakes and the circumstances.
And again, not true.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta put those white flags away, man.
D says, still proud Kobe was torched by Travis. Thank you, D.
I can't believe they played Tampa 2 against Travis in that situation.
Spencer with another super chat. I can't respect Kansas even though they won. They got away with too much. And refs turned a blind eye too. Hashtag Skull Buffs onto Okie State. How would you say this name?
I don't know. Achu?
I'm calling you Achu, yeah. Thank you for the super chat. As far as we've come, still a long way to go. Still playing 60 minutes and beating the best teams. Disappointed. It's the game of football. That's life.
That's life.
JH. Crazy to see how ASU controls their own destiny if they win out and they lead the tiebreakers and they play Arizona next week. The old pack is doing good.
That is true.
In the Big 12, yeah.
BYU, goodness gracious, did they fumble the bag in that game.
They really did. Mike with the super chat. I thought Scott was just saying his name. Scott!
Dude.
That's kind of hilarious.
Dude.
That's wild.
You should actually start that now.
Not a chance.
Mix it up like every other time.
Keeping people on their toes.
And then we can have a chat to say, did he say
Which one
squad
was
or
it?
Scott?
No, the amount of people who be walking up to me at the tailgates, particularly, just saying "squad,"
Let's go,
just warms
bro.
my heart.
I
man.
love
Or
it.
they say
Warms my
Scott.
heart.
I don't know. I'm a little confused.
Great super chat, Mike. Thank you, bro. East Coast Kev. The season is not over.
You better give East Coast Kev some enthusiasm. You normally love when he says something.
Let me finish what he's saying. He says the season is not over. Regardless, the season is still a success. I know the haters were waiting for Colorado to lose. East Coast Kev just preached exactly what we were just talking about.
Yep.
It's exactly it. The season is not over, and it's still a success. It's all right. Be sad, be angry. 24-hour rule, though.
Yeah, we move.
Wait, can I say this about that?
What's up?
You're spot on.
Yeah.
We have to also appreciate Scotty Deep Pockets that the anger, sadness, whatever negative emotion you experience right now is a direct result of you having bought in.
Of course.
And because you bought in, that means you believed. Like 2 years ago, this would not have upset you.
Mm-hmm.
You have this emotion because you believe in something that you did not believe in before. Keep the belief. Let go of hell.
There you go.
Well said.
That's the
Let
definition
go
of let
of
go of hell. Right there.
Shout out East Coast Kev. And shout out to that boy DJ Flame, who we finally met
Hey,
today.
shout out
Yeah.
DJ
I'm sure
Flame.
he's probably watching right now. Shout out to him.
Do we have
That's the
a-
enthusiasm I was looking for.
I got you.
Do we have a DJ Flame super chat or no? I'm not.
So,
You think so? No? Oh, okay. Well, then shout out DJ Flame to you. It's great to put faces to names of these people who have been in our chat for damn near 2 years now. Still showing support, still just love the show, super enthusiastic about it. It really, it's my favorite part of what we do.
And one day,
Thanks.
we're going to put faces to names, names to faces, and in the same day, belt to ass.
We will.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Shout out
We've
to
done that multiple
we have done
times
that,
this
yeah.
year.
Shout out to East Coast Kev though, the homie. Big Beats Franklin says, "Thanks fellas, this has been therapy. #SCO buffs. We did our jobs, boys."
That is the main point of a post-game show after a loss.
Yep.
Therapy for us all. Although, I told Unk this before. This one didn't hurt as much as you might think.
It's just disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's disappointing for me for the whole control your own destiny thing. Now we got to rely on somebody else.
Yeah, that sucks.
As far as a loss goes, it's like, shit, this is football.
Yeah, for real.
Like, we got 8 wins.
And honestly, too, I'm sitting here watching this replay of the slow-mo of that ridiculously dirty hit on Shador, and what a bullet dodged. That he picked his
for
foot up
real.
off the ground, and that he wasn't hit square with his feet in the ground, because that could have been
catastrophic.
disastrous
Yeah.
on many different levels. So
Thank God, man.
thank God.
The amount of I love, not to go back to this thing, and we don't have to expand on it, but the amount of like NFL players,
Yes.
and big time like media folks and accounts on
It's-
Twitter talking about how dirty that
Yeah.
was.
It's pretty unison
Yeah.
that it was dirty.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
John says, "Stop the Heisman campaigning and run the ball."
All right, John.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Not the problem.
Appreciate you.
Miss Laura
Thanks for
Levy.
chiming in.
Laura Levy, shout out to
Shout out
go.
Laura Levy.
Shout out Laura.
She says, "Still a winning season, still a bright future, still believe." And that's why she's the GOAT.
LL.
Yes, man.
Laura Believy.
I like that.
Shout out RG.
I like
Damn,
that.
RG. That's what I was
man.
say. Damn, RG.
East Coast Kev has another one. He says, "I've spent 25 years as a Jets fan. Trust me, I can take a loss." Crying, laughing emoji. Crying,
Yeah,
laughing
bro.
emoji. Shrug.
Hey, man, you talking to a
I'm so-
40-year plus Cowboys fan.
I'm so glad you said that
And this
because
is still
people
out
are
here.
like in my mentions trying to dunk on me, and I'm like, you think you got me right now? You think you got me, bro? Do you know where I've come from?
Mm-hmm.
You can't get me right now. I'm ungettable. My team was 1-11 2 years ago. They lost every game by 30 points.
At least.
We're 8-3 right
He's
now.
unfadable, so please don't try to fade him.
You can't get me. I'm ungettable.
Chubbs TV says, "Nice to meet y'all today. Still SCO buff." Shout out to Chubbs.
Shout
Again,
out
shout out to
Chubbs.
everyone we met today.
Oh, yeah.
Baller tailgate. Spencer Smith again. Exactly. We beat ourselves by not being ourselves in our wins.
That's
Thank
fair.
you, Spence. Hype Dreams again as well. Are the Buffs Beats by Dre's going to be made available to the public?
Yes.
There you go. Elrod, what's up, brother?
Oh, Rod,
Shout out to
did
him.
you get to the airport?
Yeah, for real. He told me his plan, and I was like, "You're insane, bro."
Well, and then I saw him post a screenshot of how long it was going to take him to get to the airport.
Oh,
it was
no.
not pretty.
Oh no. Elrod said, "Gents, just boarded my flight. Good time at the tailgate."
Safe travels.
Proof
Beretta.
positive that you can come to the game in the tailgate and get out on time.
Shout out to Brittany and Unica. I try to tell them being a Colorado fan isn't for the faint of heart. Go Buffs till I die nonetheless. Appreciate you, Elrod, the homie.
Yep.
Dan O. Let's go Buffs. Too many missed tackles. Flush it. Get back to work. Coach Saban talked about the defense this morning. Coach Prime, smelling ourselves. Love it. That's the quote from the press conference. It is what it is.
Humble pie.
I think someone said they played like they had a belly full of baked beans. The only thing I know is that I for sure did.
Man, look. Coach Prime decided today that he wanted to, we normally walk and talk, he wanted to jog and talk. And I know that burp, he smelled all those baked beans.
My God.
Shout out to RG who filmed halftime running backwards.
He lucky that it was a burp, and not what we got standing outside Jackson.
No, he would have preferred to fart because that was going the other way. You're not going to shame me into not saying on the show I farted in front of y'all.
Scotty.
Matter of fact, let me let one go now. Back in
Hey, go ahead. Let it go.
Chubbs TV again says, LOL, what's up, Billy Bob? Got my beard oil for Monk.
Hey, let's go.
Shout out,
Wait,
Chubbs.
can you read that again?
What happened?
Actually, no. Go ahead.
LOL, what up, Billy Bob? Got my beard oil for Monk. You want to explain?
That's your nickname, huh? They be calling you Billy Bob? What that was?
I don't know.
You Billy Bob?
I don't know. That was
No, I didn't get the part. I'm on the beard oil sale.
Right, yeah, no, for sure.
I heard that
hear
part.
you. Yeah, no, I get you.
Scott, you're spared tonight, brother. Rev BJ Nelson says, a lesson is always learned from every kind of loss if you're willing to learn it. Hashtag DNVR, hashtag the Pregame Show Network, hashtag Go Buffs.
The lesson I learned in this loss was you can eat too much barbecue food.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is possible.
It's a tough lesson to learn.
But also, as soon as the show's over, I'm going to eat more.
Crazy. Hype Dreams, again. We won't see another Travis in this lifetime. With that being said, who's the dream wide receiver you guys want to see paired with Juju?
Quentin Gibson.
His name is Draylon Miller.
Well, he's already there.
There you go.
Quanell X Farrakhan.
Quentin Gibson. Sign up.
Appreciate you, Hype Dreams. Thanks for all the support, man. Eric Williams with the super chat. We need to find a way to get Isaiah Hard some touches on offense since Jimmy is out and more action at kick return / punt return.
Oh my God. Utah just blocked the kick. Touchdown.
Wow.
Fourth quarter just started. Utah
Got a game.
makes it 24-20 if they make the extra point.
I don't want to dogpile on the guy, but Colton Hood's got to get some shorter studs in his cleats or something, man.
What the heck is going on?
I don't know.
He tripped twice on the same return.
I don't know.
I think his eyes just get too big because on at least two of those, it's like, oh, he's got room.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is set up blocked beautifully. And I think his eyes just get too big and trips over his feet.
Does that happen?
It does.
Okay.
It does. It's happened to me personally.
Okay.
And I've seen it happen to other
You
people.
fell on your brush.
Some on my brush. But no, I mean, still, though, no excuses for that to happen 3 times now, I think, at this point for Colton.
4.
And it's
Well, one was Preston's fault.
That is true. That is true. But Eric, I think, has a point. I wouldn't mind seeing Isaiah Harge get a handful of touches a game.
No.
Just throw him at running back at this point. I mean, goddamn, we need some kind of spark in the run game.
Bro, that's low-key profound because something's got to be done with the running game.
Yeah.
Some type of juice, some type of pop has to come from that room, and whatever's in that room currently doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And we've seen Harge obviously has experience at running back. I actually wouldn't mind that at all. It's a good idea.
Don Peasy with the super chat. Genty's not hurt. He's got 166. They just struggling.
Luke Batari completes it for the 2-point conversion.
Let's go. Utah's within 3.
Utah's within 3. That is good. We want Utah to win.
All right, I tried not to say nothing, but I got to say it. And this is not me defending it. This is me trying to explain inside dynamic. The reason you don't see like a Harge getting the touches that we all know he should get because you saw it in the spring game is that the decision makers believe it's a offensive line issue and a run lane issue than it is the running back issue.
Totally get that. Totally.
So subbing a guy out for another guy in their minds doesn't solve the problem.
No, I get that. Totally.
Also, I think there should be a designed play where you drop the kickoff on purpose and then return it, because every time I see someone drop the kickoff, it ends up going for a big return when they pick it up.
I love Deion Sanders' first return as a Falcon when he dropped it.
Yeah. Well, what happens is when the ball is on the ground, guys leave their lanes.
Yep.
Because they want to go get the ball.
Scott D with the super chat. Bad D game, but Shermer/O game plan is the #1 problem.
Number one problem.
No. The
Thank
number
you
one
for-
problem, far and away, was the run defense. It's not even close. It's like number 1 and then 17 blank spots, and then we can go to other
And go
things.
back to the 4 wins in a row. We scored more than 31 points.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat. Super chat, Scott. Patrick with the super chat. Pat's play calling needs to be more innovative.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. All right.
LT, this was just a whooping. K-State is the one we will look back on like, damn, if we don't get in.
Amen. Who said that?
LT.
LT. Amen and LT. Because look, the day we played Nebraska, forget what happened the rest of the season. Nebraska was flat out ass better than us that day. The day we played Kansas, no matter what happens going forward, Kansas was flat out ass better than us that day.
Yep.
The day we played Kansas State and lost, they were not better than us that day.
Travis Hunter was injured.
They're still not better than us.
Hunter missed
That's
the whole
the one
second
that
half.
stings. If you want to look at 3 L's, that 3-point loss there is the one you should be bothered by, not necessarily Nebraska or Kansas, because they just whooped us.
I'm just glad I'm only looking at 3 L's.
Had the lead with a minute and a half left in the game.
It was a little more than that. It's like 4 minutes.
LT in
What did I
parentheses
teach you?
says sorry if too soon. Keeps up the good work, squad.
There you go.
You keep talking while you do it.
Yeah.
Just hold it up there.
Guys, we're almost done. East Coast Kev.
That means more delays.
Yeah,
well,
then what?
Keep on going, guys. East Coast Kev says, I still believe. Colorado's given me a lot to root for this year, and the best is yet to come. Just keep Wednesdays with Warren going. Shout out. East Coast Kev's a goat. Shout out
Hey, East
to
Coast
that guy.
Kev, I appreciate the love. Let me tell you this. The Warren Sapp I have come to know and love, we're probably doubling down this Wednesday. We ain't backing up.
Oh, yeah.
So, see you Wednesday around 6 p.m. Mountain.
Captain Crunch says we're better when Shiloh's no tackling self is out.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, whatever.
You mean the guy who led the team in tackles?
Yeah, I'm like, whatever.
I'm not
Finger
gonna
turn the
say
page. Come on, man.
Don Peasy says, love the future of the squad. Y'all dope. Shador first pick. Travis Heisman. Juju's commitment vid was a movie. I can't see who else follows him. Program's still just getting started.
Yeah.
I might actually get some things done in my life this week.
Chris Fleming again, our guy.
Shout out Chris.
For sure had a full belly before the game at the tailgate. Brisket, beans, and beer. Sheesh.
No, the food at the tailgate was actually really good.
What was it? Pig something? Dig something?
Yeah, what was the
I
name
saw
of
the
the place?
van when I left.
Blind pig?
Blind hole? Blind pig?
Blind swine?
Blind box.
No, it was
Shout
actually
out to the
really
funky
good.
dope
It was
producer
really
for
good.
that. Blind box. Shout out to Blind Box.
I had some of the brisket because I just I have to eat if I'm gonna drink, and it was really good.
Hype Dreams again. This man's going for an all-time record. Appreciate you, Hype Dreams. I'm with RK, Uncle Coach. All we want for Christmas are the white/gold DT96s.
I will let him know.
Thank you.
East Coast Kev again.
Damn, East Coast
My
Kev.
homies. Guys, there's still a date with Destiny for the Big 12 Championship in Arlington. Don't forget about Bone Daddies when you go for some real barbecue.
Oh, no. Look, he's talking about his Bone Daddies is, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where?
Bone Daddies.
Arlington.
It's all over Dallas. They got more than
okay.
one location. Yeah.
Holy cow, guys, we made it. We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
That was the last one?
That was the last one?
Sure you don't want to just
man.
keep going?
Read some of these.
But do you want to keep going?
No.
Oh. Okay.
What a day, man.
Did we
Just
get
kidding.
them
Whole
all?
other sheet of super chats.
Oh, you forgot some.
No, I did not. Alyssa just sent it, bro.
Sorry,
Relax.
coming
Brittany,
It's okay, Alyssa.
I'm so sorry. How do you say it again?
Kahar.
Brittany Kahar. I'm not sad. I had a blast at the tailgate. You guys are as advertised. And
That was-
oh no, we
we've
already got
already
all
done
these.
that
in. We did? Oh,
Yeah, we already got. Well, shout out Brittany again.
Shout out Brittany. Brittany actually was elite vibes.
She was awesome. We are actually done.
You read
Which one?
Scott is Billy Bob from Chubbs TV.
Scott is Billy Bob.
Chubbs TV with the super chat
I
says
just don't know what
Scott
that means.
is Billy Bob.
I don't know what that means, Chubbs.
As much as I love attacking you, I can't because I don't know what it means either.
Me neither, man.
He knows what it means, bro. He knows what it means.
Chubbs,
I
hit
see
me,
it in
man.
his
I don't
eyes.
know what you're talking about, man. Hit me about that. I don't know. Let's talk.
Spencer has another one. Says hell of a night in college football. Bama losing. We lost. Ole Miss lost. Texas A&M losing.
Ole Miss lost?
Yeah, Florida
Yeah,
got
they
with
did.
that.
Florida beat them. Yeah.
I just went into Nelson Muntz mode. Ole Miss lost.
Why is that so funny to you?
Hey, look, man,
think
I'm
he
black from
probably hates
Mississippi.
them,
That's
yeah.
Ole Miss.
That's all right. I'm gonna let you have this one.
Yeah, Florida, they went to the swamp and lost.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin, gotta let your boy Neely,
I think that
man.
might have been at Ole Miss.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna check, but
I think Dart threw a
they
pick
were
late.
they were talking
did.
so
Dude,
much to
Jackson
me.
Dart threw 3 interceptions in 1 minute,
Wow.
according to a tweet.
I really
saw.
could laugh more had we won and they lost. Folks back home just been hitting me. We're gonna go to Florida. We da-da-da.
Spencer says, I'm just disappointed, guys. Love you all. Hashtag ScoBus.
Love you too.
Spencer,
Where was Ole Miss before the night? Like about 9?
I don't know.
9. That game
So-
was at the Swamp. Though,
Yeah,
by
so
the way.
they could fall out to 12.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
they're
it should.
definitely
So wait a
falling out
minute.
as well.
Wait a minute.
Should.
That Pac-12 slot that we have versus the SEC, if they fall out to 12,
Yeah.
it
Possible.
could be Colorado Ole Miss.
Very much
could.
possible.
Spencer, this is what we're here for, bro. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Love
brother.
you, brother. I love all of Buff Nation.
Last one. The official B3. People forget it's only the second season with Prime. That's facts.
Utah's about to get the ball back.
One more,
Down
actually.
just 3.
Gilly. One more for the last bus trip of the regular season. That's a great one to end on, Gilly, because damn it, I'm going to miss this.
Bro, you don't understand how
I'm
much
gonna
I
miss
love
this.
this vehicle.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kenny Highways, man.
Shout out to
For
Kenny
real.
Highways. Shout out to the whole crew. Shout out to Buff Nation.
You
Anyone
guys
who's
all
came
made
out.
this possible. Shout out to Sleeper.
Shout out to Sleeper. Shout out to Circle K. Shout out
Yep.
to Breck Brew. Shout out to who am I forgetting? Kurz Light. Who else? We're forgetting people.
Toyota.
Toyota.
Okay.
Circle K. I already said. Shout out Circle K again though.
Shout out Live Well.
Sleeper.
Shout out
again.
Live Well. My God.
Just so you know, Jake, I'm not effing around. One of my buddies sent me a text that good luck day, my friend. I told him to tell our other friend, I said, go Ole Miss. He said, LOL, I'm pulling for Florida. I said, me too. Because when I said tell him, I said, go Ole Miss, I left off to hell. Go to hell, Ole Miss.
Hey, no, my dad's the same way. He hates Ole Miss.
He's from Greenwood,
Yep.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Oh, man, that SEC matchup could happen.
That'd be cool.
All right, chat.
We're going to the playoff. Believe. Let go of hell.
Let
Lost
go of
it-
hell and grab a brick brew with
Lost
that
to
same
suck,
hand.
man. Exactly. Grab a Breck Brew. Let it out. But 24-hour rule.
It's not over till it's over.
Exactly. Less than 24-hour
No,
rule.
we got to do
actually.
less because it's a short week. We play on Friday.
Hey,
So we can't lose a whole day with this shit.
So is it 12
12-hour rule.
12 yeah.
Yeah, we got to cut that in half.
I'm
Let
getting
it go
to
by the time
I
we get
was
back to
getting
Denver.
it.
Absolutely.
And
We
because
got
we have
work to
Sleeper
do.
Sunday at 10:30.
Yeah.
So we'll see you in the morning.
On very little sleep.
We love you all. We appreciate you all.
Appreciate you,
and
bro.
I appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate
Good
you.
No,
run
for
in the
real,
bus.
though.
No, good run in the bus, man.
Yeah.
I know we got another, week of a game. And,
Yeah.
and then more. Mm-hmm. But way to kick ass on the bus.
This is my guy, man.
I can't reach Scotty too high, but he's over there.
Love y'all, man. Love y'all both.
Hey,
Appreciate
love
it.
y'all
Love
too,
you.
bro.
Love you guys.
Love you. Love you.
I
Love
don't
you.
know about that guy.
He's all right, actually. Yeah. Bryce.
I love RG.
Hey, shout out Bryce, man.
Love
what a
you,
guy.
bro.
Bryce
Shout out
is-
Bryce.
Bryce is a real one.
For real, for real.
Love
The
you.
felon on the lamb.
RC, love RC. He's become an expert at getting the play and then getting my
your
reaction.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Kenny Highways too. The
The man.
actual man who safely and swiftly got us to everywhere we needed to go. He's legit is the one who made this all
And let us
possible.
point out about Kenny Highway that if you have been watching this show, he has been driving the entire time
Yep.
you've been watching this
Yep.
show.
Oh yeah,
So the real MVP.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
puts up with a lot of shit from us too.
He really does.
He does. He's a champion. Chat, we love y'all. See you
All right.
tomorrow. Let's go,
Let's go
Buffs.
Buffs.
Go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.